Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Ten-Tec TV. I'm Scott Robbins, W4PA, Amateur Radio Product Manager for Ten-Tec Incorporated. And tonight we are going to take a Part 2 look at the CW decode and transmit capability of the Jupiter transceiver. In Part 1, I gave a little bit of a demo of the rig, its cosmetics, etc., and an example of how the CW decode feature worked. Tonight I'm also going to talk not only about the CW decode feature, but about the CW transmit capability with a keyboard plugged into the rear. Just a quick reminder that the Jupiter is a 100-watt HF rig, 10 through 160 meters with a general coverage receiver. It's been out for several years now, and in 2008 we did a cosmetic revamp of the rig where we went from a gray case to a black case, changed the green screen to a blue screen, and at the same time did a firmware update that allowed the rig to both copy and send CW right from the rig directly on the screen. So first what I'm going to do is give an example of how the CW copying capability works. I've got the rig set up here, and I'm going to tune up the band here a little bit. Okay, you can see here on the screen the rig is decoding CW being sent on the screen. You can see to the S meter here to the right that there is both the S meter on the top, which is a bar graph, and then there's a lined bar graph at the bottom. That line bar graph essentially is a CW copying meter. When you have the receiver set to the right point to be able to copy CW well, it will be moving on the bar graph all the way over to the right. But watch what I'll do here. I'll tune off a little bit. And you can see as the bar graph kind of diminishes, so does the ability for it to copy CW properly. So this is essentially a tuning aid. So you can see that basically you need about an S5 signal minimum for it to copy CW well. Below that it starts to degrade. Got a pretty good signal here. It's about just a little bit over S9 on the meter. Okay, so now I'm going to show how the CW keyboard transmit feature works and show you what the keyboard looks like. You basically just need a standard PS2 keyboard. I'll show you what they look like this. This is one that we make available. We don't recommend using a USB to PS2 adapted keyboard, as we found that those USB to PS2 adapters tend to be kind of unreliable when trying to send CW. PS2 keyboards are commonly available. We do, as I said, have one available ourselves. There's a jack on the back of the radio for plugging the keyboard in directly, and transmitting CW couldn't be easier. All you do is type on the keyboard. You can see on this bottom line right here, that's where the text will appear, and I will send a little bit of short text here. You can see it's transmitting what I've sent here. And as you can buffer a little bit ahead, I will keep typing and it will continue to buffer over to the right, and then it will eventually wrap around back to the left, and I'll show you. Okay, you can see this is test number 2. And as I said, couldn't be easier. You just plug the keyboard in, turn the rig on, and you're ready to transmit CW with this. Okay, that's our demonstration for tonight. You've seen both the CW receive capabilities and the keyboard transmit capabilities of the Jupiter. If you have any questions about this particular piece of equipment or anything else that Ten-Tec manufactures, please feel free to give us a call at 800-833-7373 or visit our webpage on the internet at www.tentc.com. For tonight's episode of Ten-Tec TV, I'm Scott Robbins, W4PA 73.